I wanted to ask a question in relation to what you had just said with regards to public and private space, and in relation to in particular the niqab. So I wanted to know, where has this come from as well? So, and you talk about has this come from when the men used to enter the house and there was a barrier, it was a private space, and has this notion then been taken out now to the public space, and this is where the niqab has come? So could you please clarify that, inshallah?
So let me explain that women in Islam have got two types of covering, two covering. One covering, for prayer. So when they pray, they should cover everything other than their face and other than their palms. The wrist, up to wrist, and according to Hanafi madhab, even other than the feet. So three things are not awra, neither their face, neither their hands up to wrist, and neither their feet in Hanafi madhab. So if they cover everything else other than these three, so their prayer is valid. That's what they need to cover. When women go outside, then they need to put on upon that covering a jilbab, loose cloth. That not mean formal jilbab. Any sheet which is loose enough to cover, like in England you have got many women have got long coats which are loose, so they can put on that. That also can be like jilbab. Or sometimes people have in India and Pakistan something like a chadar, So those things also can be jilbab. So that's why they need to have covering. When they are inside the house, without not praying, so if there are like maharim, if their husband, they can uncover anything. But when they are in front of their father or their brothers, the maharim, and there no, they are pious people, the good people, then women are also allowed to uncover their arms, their legs, their head in front of their maharim, as long as they're the people who are there in the family, they're good people. Because sometimes people are not good, so they can have problem. But generally, women are, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to give them freedom. Because if there's no taqwa, then basically life will come like hell. Nobody can live anywhere. So taqwa is the one main thing, and on the top of that, people have they have to observe these rules. So is it clear? So for the prayer, you have a covering, and for outside, a covering of jilbab on the top of that. And if they are inside the house with their maharim, then it is even more loose. They uncover their head, they uncover their arms up to arms, and even their legs, they uncover. What happened about the face? The face in Islam never has been awra. Neither in any Sahabi, nor the Tabi'een, not even Imam Abu Hanifa, Malik, Shafi, and Hanbal, in the most sound narration. Though from Hanbal they narrate another narration as well, but in the most sound narration for all Imams, face never has been part of awra. This never happened. So where the covering of the face comes from? That basically Arab people, even before Islam, some Arab tribes, they used to cover their face for two reasons. One is some people are so noble, so they don't want anybody else to see them. They just want to be. And because of sometimes people used to cover the face because of climate, because sand and wind, it affect, and so much sun affect their face. But this covering of the face was same for men and same for women. Not only women. Men also used to cover their face, and women also. Covering of the men is called in Arabic language litham. Lithamun. Lam, tha, alif, mim. So when men cover their face, they're called litham. And when women cover their face, they're called niqab. It is same thing. And women who used to be covering the face, they are called muntaqibat, means wearing niqab. And men who are covering their face, they are called mulathamun. The one who litham. So litham basically was very common among the noble people of Arab people, and also for the climate. That was there. When Islam came, Islamic way always have been that not to interfere with the people's culture, as long as it does not really oppose anything in Islam. So Islam, these are main rules. Islam does not tell you what to wear, but Islam will tell you what not to wear, what is haram. After that, you are free. So when Islam went to Persia, to India, people have so many among Muslims there are so many different dresses, but all of them they share one thing: covering. They cover basically. So there are some people who have been covering their faces. So fine, if they cover their faces, they have niqab. Islam not going to ask them to remove the niqab unnecessarily, except when they need to remove the niqab. For example, in the Hajj, if you have a haram, then Islam will say no, because in the haram, face should be uncovered. So there Islam comes. If you are not in the Hajj, not in the haram, cover your face. Don't cover it up to you. Your matter. But in the haram, certainly it is a rule. So you have to uncover your face. Islam will, command that. Similarly, for example, if women come to the court to witness, in the court, witness happens as a person. If you don't see the face, how do you know a person? By the face. Face is the main thing. If women come to the court and they cover their face, how they witness, then women have to uncover their face. So that is very clearly written in the books of the, in the fiqh, that when women come to the court, they should uncover, and the judge has full right to ask them to remove their covering of the face if they cover the face. So much that it is written in the book of in Tuhfat al-Fuqaha in Hanafi Madhab and also Badawi Sanaya, if the Qadi is young and the woman who came to witness, she is also young and she is attractive, and the Qadi fears that if he looks at her, his desire will come. They say still he has to look at her, because this is a justice. He should do justice. His desire of personal matter, he will be sinful for that, his desire. But for the public justice, he must make sure that he look at her and he knows who the person is, and then after that accept the witnesses. So as long as anything that people do in their culture and custom does not contradict, oppose anything from Islam, Islam is not going to unnecessarily to interfere with the people. But what happens later generation, since people think women have to be covered, and it always happens in the society when someone is more powerful, what they say, that becomes culture. So soon in Islam, it becomes more and more culture among the women to cover even the face, and men encourage them. And sometimes people have ghairah, some people don't like their women to be seen by other people, so they started adding more and more things. So it becomes the people. Fuqaha did not stop, because reason is it's up to the people. If they want to have niqab, who can stop? But certainly among the women, in early generation, most women did not have niqab anyway. Among Sahaba and Tabi'in, you can see all the time clearly their face is known. People know them who are there. People recognize them. It is very clear. For example, hadith of Aisha in Muwatta, in Bukhari, in Muslim, all the books, that the Prophet used to pray Fajr so early that when he says Salam, women leave the mosque. Ma yu'rafna min al-ghalas. Women were not recognized because of the darkness. It means their face is uncovered, because if the face is covered, to what to do with darkness? Then women will not recognize anyway. Because if you don't see the face, how can you recognize? And I know some of my students, she niqab, and once she came without niqab, and then after that she complained that I did not recognize her. So I said to her, how can I recognize? I never have seen you, how can I recognize? Because if you see in niqab, how can you recognize person? Just think properly. So when Aisha said, Ma yu'rafna min al-ghalas, she said min al-ghalas. The women were not recognized because the ghalas. Meaning is, if there's no ghalas, they'll be known. Who are they? So people know them. People know the women by face. And certainly there are many other narrations. I'll tell you some of the narration. Even the Prophet recognized the women by face. Who are who? Their name, their face properly. Aisha bint Talha radiallahu anha, rahimallahu ta'ala, she is daughter of Talha ibn Ubaidullah. If you know in Islam, among Sahaba, there are 10 people. There are many companions about whom the Prophet said they will go to paradise. Many men and many women as well. In this world, he said clearly they will go to paradise. There are many. But there are 10 people about whom he said in one assembly, in one place. So they are called al-asharatul mubashsharu lahum bil jannah. Those 10 people who got the good tidings of paradise. So you should know their name. Khulafa Rashidun, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, and then after that Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah radiallahu anhu, and then Abdurrahman ibn Auf, Talha ibn Ubaidullah, and then after that Sa'd ibn Waqqas, Zubair ibn Awwam, and Sa'd ibn Waqqas, I said Sa'id ibn Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nufail. So there are 10 people about whom he said in one assembly they are in paradise. One of this person is Talha ibn Ubaidullah. Talha ibn Ubaidullah at-Taymi. He is from the same branch of Quraysh from which is Abu Bakr Siddiq. Abu Bakr Siddiq is also Taymi, and Talha ibn Ubaidullah both are Taymi. Both are from the same, both are Qurayshi, but the same branch of Quraysh. Talha ibn Ubaidullah had a daughter, her name was Aisha bint Talha. And Aisha anha, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, when the Prophet passed away, then Aisha was alone in the house. So what she used to do, she used to raise many orphans and many young girls, in her house, teach them and educate them until they become learners. And then sometimes if they are orphans, nobody looks after them, she also used to marry them. So among the women who are raised in the house of Aisha is also Aisha bint Talha ibn Ubaidullah. Aisha radiallahu anha, when the women are raised in her house, you don't find any proof that she taught them to cover the face. She taught them to cover the head. That's very clear. So, as I mentioned, Aisha bint Talha ibn Ubaidullah was raised in the house of Aisha radiallahu anha. Aisha, always we find that she advised the women to cover the head. When they grow up, they become adult, there's so many narrations for that. But we never found any proof that she commanded the women to cover the face. Actually, there are reports when many of these girls, they used to reach the age of marriage, so Aisha would take these young girls and walk with them in the streets of Medina. So people ask Aisha why you are taking these girls to walk in the streets of Medina. So she used to say, أَتَصَيَّدُ بِهِنَّ فِتْيَانَ قُرَيْشٍ. I want to hunt by them the young men of Quraysh, meaning young men of Quraysh look at them, so they like them, then they propose and they marry. I want to marry them. This is the best way. Take them into the street, people see them and they propose. So that's a good way of, if they are in niqab, tell me who's going to look at them, how they know who they are. Hassan radiallahu anhu, Hassan ibn Ali, Prophet's grandson, he used to say, make your daughters and women of your young girls of your house to appear for the men of their own age. So then their love can fall in their heart and then they can propose them. So if it is haram to see the face of the women, why these pious people will ask women to be shown to other people? Think properly. And then Aisha bint Talha, whose name I mentioned, she was very handsome, very attractive, very one of the most beautiful women in their generation. Everybody praised her beauty. Okay, her beauty was so much known that the famous story is that once in the haram were 4 people: Abdullah and Umar, the companion; Abdullah Zubair, also a companion; and Abdullah Zubair's 2 brothers, Urwa ibn Zubair and Musab ibn Zubair. They said, okay, we are in haram, let's each one make dua, and everybody said Ameen. So Abdullah Umar is a pious person. He made dua, Allah, forgive my sins, and they say Ameen. Abdullah Zubair made dua, oh Allah, give me khilafah, and then they say Ameen. Urwa Zubair made dua, oh Allah, give me knowledge, and then they say Ameen. Musa ibn Zubair, when he had to make dua, he said, oh Allah, make me governor of both Iraq and marry me with Aisha bint Talha and Sukaina bint al-Hussein. So these 2 were the most beautiful women, and he made dua, and everybody said Ameen. So you can see Aisha bint Talha was well known. Actually, there's so many stories about that. Aisha bint Talha, so many people among companions, they used to praise her beauty. To tell me, she had no relation with them. Even Anas al-Malik, Abu Huraira, they said to Aisha, they commented on her beauty, and she talked with them. Some people even said, you are so beautiful, you should cover your face. People. She said, no, if Allah has given me beauty, so what the problem with that? Why should I hide something Allah has given me? So she is daughter of Talha ibn Ubaidullah, one of the Ashar Washra. She is raised in the house of Aisha, who is the best teacher you can imagine. She never commanded her to cover her face. And among the Sahaba, there are so many people alive, and Khulafa Rashidun are there. Nobody asked her to cover the face. It is very clear that covering of the face never has been command of Islam. But certainly, if people cover the face and they have desire for that, Islam is also not going to stop them. People have many reasoning. So niqab is not obligation in Islam. And it could be sometime in problem of the fitna and something like that. Some people can even suggest that. We don't know. Sometimes those conditions can come. Sometimes people are scared something can come. But generally, in general condition, when there's peace, no fitna, no problem, then basically there's no obligation on the women to cover the face. But if they cover the face, for any reason, nobody has right to stop them. Because this is people say, private matter, they could do whatever like. Is it clear to everybody?